Peace and blessings coming to you live on a beautiful Tuesday. My name is Anthony Calori. This is the Preciate You podcast, and it's good to see you, and it's good to be seen. Getting this morning started. Have some things that I'm working on so I can, get back with my teacher. I'm working on this Freddie Freeloader by Miles Davis. I'm working on this Flamenco Sketches by Miles Davis. And I'm also working on writing down on sheet music, or what do you call it, on a staff, on sheet paper or whatever it's called, a manuscript paper. There you go. All my major scales, and then all my triads. So in every key. So for example, writing down my C major triad, my C minor triad, my C diminished triad, and then my C augmented triad. So yeah, just writing that down on paper in every key, and it's good practice for me. It's good. It's a good refresher for me, and it's also kind of it's work. You know what I'm saying? It's work. So it feels good to just be pointed in the right direction and have things to do that aren't like what I want to do. Because if you leave it up to me, I'm just gonna create and jam and practice. I mean, not even practice. I'm just gonna create and jam, honestly. And you don't really get better at you get better at what you're good at, but you don't get better at what you're not good at. By doing shit that you're extremely familiar with. So it's nice to write things down and transcribe these songs and write down these things on paper. With a pencil on paper, like a human being. And my teacher's like, when if the power goes out, you still got to be able to write the music. And if all you have is something to write with and something to write on, even if it's a rock, and you got to engrave the music on another rock. It's just a skill that you have to have. You know what I'm saying? And so, acoustically speaking, musically speaking, classically speaking, professionally speaking, I really fuck with that. So, I like to just, I like to get ahead of myself and be like, how do I make a jam without really going into transcribing a song that is, critically acclaimed to be a jam. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I've been doing this morning. Um, yeah, yeah. April stepped out the house for some work function type of thing. She was looking really good, and it was just a nice morning. Made coffee for the both of us, and yeah, got some good sleep. But still got up early this morning to, to handle business. You know what I'm saying? Take care of business. It's nice to get up early in the morning before most people. And not saying I do that all the time, but if I get up like some stupid early, like 4 o'clock in the morning, by 8 or 9 o'clock, I'm just like, God damn, I've got a lot of shit done, and most everybody else's day is just getting started. So it's a good feeling. It's not a good feeling when you get up at 4 and go to bed at like 10, 11, or 12, but you start crashing out around like 8 or 9 naturally if you just keep getting up that early. So I'm usually up around, I don't know, maybe 6 a.m. Yeah, somewhere around there, somewhere around 6 a.m. But even then, it's like, all right, I'm gonna work out, take the dog out, and eat, and by then it's like, I don't know, it's just, yeah. So I feel like I'm still getting my day started. So those extra 2 hours, from even that 1 hour, get up around 4 or 5 in the morning, it really feels, it just feels good, if you don't just sit around and you know pick your nose and look at your phone and shit. So we getting back on that. Um, yeah, but let's see. Other than that, I got to go to work at 10:30. I have to be there at 10:30 to go pick up my shit and drop it off to y'all around the city. Sometimes I'm delivering in the ritziest neighborhoods possible, and then sometimes I'm in the grittiest neighborhoods possible. And so just that contrast, I like to see it interacting with people. What's a trip is you go to a nice neighborhood to go deliver something, and it's usually an old person who answers the door. And then you go to the hood, so to speak, and it's always a kid who answers the door. It's really, really strange, but anyway, yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, man, just taking care of these bills, another day, another dollar. Really nothing to it but to do it, as you already know. And whatever it is you're going through it, as long as you're not standing still, and you're at least, what is it? How do I say it? Like semi-consciously, you know, um, aware of, like, if you're not happy, or you're not happy with your job, or uh, whatever it is, you're not happy being single or being in your relationship, what I'm saying? Be mindful of that, and challenge yourself to be in an uncomfortable situation, you know what I mean? And communicate to your woman if shit ain't going right, or your man if shit ain't going right. Or if you're single, go approach a nice young lady or young man. And I mean, they don't have to be young. I don't know why I'm saying that, but you know what I mean? Somebody nice, and just get rejected. You know what I mean? Go tell your girl you're sick of her shit and have her tell you to go fuck yourself. But not in those words. I mean, I pray that your lady doesn't talk to you like that. But you just have to be okay with, like, being rejected and figuring out, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have called her a bitch, and that's why she told me to go fuck myself. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's in your approach. Maybe you wouldn't get rejected if you just said, "Hey, excuse me, I don't mean to be rude. I just saw you, and I wanted to, as respectfully as possible, approach you and ask you your name, and just I mean, I can't do it all for you, but it's as easy as that. You just got to slow down, man. Slow that shit down in your mind and stop thinking that the world's out to get you and men and women hate you. And, we all got our mommy and daddy issues, and that shit shows up in everything we do for the most part. So, just be mindful of that shit. That's what I'm saying. Semi conscious of how you're feeling and what you're doing, and, how you're doing it and how you're doing it. Yeah. But anyways. I seen that the 49ers and the Raiders both lost this week. That means everybody I know is upset. But, like I said, football doesn't affect me like that. So, I wish you guys well. I wish your significant others well. I know they got to deal with your emotional bullshit, but it'll be all right. There's always next week, right? There's always next week. Oh shit. Yeah, but yeah, man. Other than that, yeah, made a little jingle this morning. That felt good too. Did that shit in like 30 minutes, and I like to make real simple stuff, because I'm a simple motherfucker, And so yeah, you'll get to hear that, and it's kind of, I don't know, whatever, but you'll get to hear it at the end of this podcast, and that'll be cool. Um yeah, I don't really know what else is going on, man. I just felt like chopping it up for a little bit, and not necessarily knocking this out, but I'm enjoying this shit. I'm enjoying doing this, and yeah, it's just the beginning. So it's gonna be the beginning for like the first 100 episodes. So when you're gonna keep hearing me say that. Well, no, you're not gonna keep hearing me say that, but when I do say it, don't be like, all right, we got it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times I record these things and I forget what I say. I just go off the fucking rip, man, and just talk. But yeah, looking forward to being back in San Jose at the end of the month. I told y'all about the barbecue, and then I just saw that my friend Jeff, who I haven't, my friend Jeff Turner, aka Freeman Flow, who I haven't talked to in a little while, is doing some shows in the Bay Area that same weekend. And so I'm gonna do my best to make my way out to one of those gigs. He's got a show in Fresno on Friday, I believe opening up for Dizzy Wright. And then he's got another show at the Catalyst on Saturday, the 24th. And then I believe he's at the Brick and Mortar in San Francisco on Sunday. And so I definitely won't be able to make the Friday show. I got the barbecue on Sunday. And yeah, it seems like Saturday at the Catalyst is the move. So I'll be popping up on my G. I ain't talked to him in a minute. You know, we've been just growing, and you know, as you know, shit is in high school. You know what I mean? And you know, sometimes you gotta let each other grow. And yeah, man, yeah, one of my best friends in the whole world, and can't wait to pop up on him and say what's up to him. Most likely in Santa Cruz. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it out there. So that'll be a beautiful day, and it'll be like we just talked to each other the day before. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, don't be for anybody out there who's got friends they haven't talked to in a while. And I have a few friends like this where every time I see them, it's like I just saw them the other day. You know what I mean? Every time we talk on the phone, it's just like we talked the other day. And you know, it's not always super healthy to not be in communication for long periods of time, but sometimes it is, and that's just life, you know, and having to grow up and not be, how do I say it, to not be like enabled or comforted by your friends can be important. You know what I mean? Um, you know, you got to make your own decisions in life. You got to carve out your own path, and you know, just stand firm in what you believe in and what you're trying to do for yourself, no matter what, you know. And so I see that with all my people, all my friends, that they don't let anything like that, you know, fuck with them. Like, oh shit, well, where you been? You know, it's like, nah, man, I know you, I see you. You know what I mean? You're in my good thoughts, you know, all my positive thoughts. And all I wish for you is nothing but great things, and I know great things are happening for you. And that's how we feel about each other, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to be you know what I mean, in like a 5-person, 6-person fucking Zoom call or Skype call, you know, and everybody chit chatting and talking about what's going on. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, we're men, you know what I mean? Ain't got no time to gossip, you know what I'm saying, all the time, and we got shit to do. You know, we got a future to mold and all that type of shit. So, you know, if I ain't talked to you in a while, you ain't talked to me in a while, just know that it's all good. And I know you're doing your damn thing, and life ain't easy and all that, you know. And so I see everybody just you know, just really living their life and doing what's best for them. And I wouldn't ask for, yeah, I couldn't ask for anything else, you know. I love seeing my people thrive, my friends and family succeed. So yeah, yeah. I you know, I don't want to touch on this shit for too long, but I'm really tired of I'm tired of the internet, to be honest with you. You know, other than being able to like create and keep in touch with folks, it it really makes me sad, honestly. You know, it makes me sad to see you know, people, you know, how do I say this? Oh man, painful. It's tough to see these young men who are involved in the rap business get killed all the fucking time. and get put on a t-shirt, so to speak, or an Instagram post, and then everybody just keeps it moving, man. They just keep it moving, you know. I think one of the greatest songs to ever be made in rap music history is "Use a Gangster" by DJ Quick. Because they say use a gangster, and he says, "No, I'm not." You know, and it was a really brave song at the time. Um, like you said, everybody knows that it's bad in the hood. So check what you're rapping about if it ain't to the good. I did my part a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's it's just fucked up, man. It's just fucked up. You know, we treat these guys like they're not human or something like that. Like they don't have families, like they don't have kids, you know? Um it's just really sad, man. And for people to kind of like glamorize it and like, WWE the situation out. Um this one day we'll all realize that this rap shit is not real, that it's like a horror movie, action movie, drama, crime, thriller, but it's just not real, people really die, people really get killed in like poverty-stricken neighborhoods, but also poverty-stricken minds. And when you're encouraging that type of behavior on the fucking all the time and all the music, and these motherfuckers, these people, man, these young boys and men in the ghetto who are killing these rappers. I mean, it's man, me and Jeff would talk about it all the time. It's like they're listening to the music that the rapper made on the way to go kill him. You know what I mean? Like they're bumping his shit. They're bumping his music on the way to go whack him. And in the song he's talking, in the music he's like, go get a gun and go kill somebody, go rob somebody, go hit a lick, be tough, be cool. This is what it means to be a man. Go kill somebody. And they're like, well, why don't we go kill this rich motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? I mean, these boys' brains are not developed. These boys' brains are not developed, man. If you've ever listened to gang banging music, it's it's so like how do you say it? It's so like captivating and entrancing, And back when I was a kid, with my friends, we would listen to shit like Woody, just all that shit, Lil Los and all these guys, man. Like all the Northern Exposure stuff, man. Super Norteño, gang banging music. And for no reason at all, you just like you loved everybody who was Mexican who was wearing red, but if anybody was wearing blue, you just like created this imaginary, completely make believe bullshit story in your head that you had some kind of an enemy. And it just like even without the music, it just didn't hit home as much. You know what I'm saying? You weren't worried about getting a gun or robbing somebody. You weren't like, man, I'll go to prison. I don't give a fuck when you've never been. You know what I mean? And you're 13, you're 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. Listen to this shit, subscribing to an ideology, a belief system that is gonna get you fucking killed or in prison. You know what I mean? Getting your booty played with because your ass is a kid. You know what I mean? And you stab somebody, and you're gonna be in this little punk ass like child unit for a couple years, but then you're going to the big boy shit, and you ain't did no fuck. You ain't worked out even a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and even if you did, motherfucker, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. And so as kids, we're subscribing to this shit, but they weren't playing it on the radio. They weren't playing gang bang music on the radio. They weren't talking about stabbing, shooting and killing, robbing motherfuckers on the radio. Walking up on somebody and shooting them. You know what I mean? Like it was because they would have been insane to play that fucking music. They'd be insane to play Banging on Wax, the Bloods and Crips album on the fucking radio. They'd be fucking insane, man. You know what I'm saying? How many more motherfuckers got killed when that shit came out? Don't tell me that there was any. Nah, man. Nah. And so you got this shit on the radio, and you got these broken ass boys trying to fix themselves up to be men, and all they're doing is listening to what the radio is playing gangbang music. The radio is playing hit 'em up like music. Go shoot up somebody's grandma's house. And then when a rapper dies, at the hands of his own lyrics, so to speak, everybody gets sad. But it's like, how long can we talk about and praise and worship this horrible behavior? I understand, being into wrestling and like in movies and video games and stuff like that, but these motherfuckers, the line isn't thin. There is no line. And somebody has to draw a line between make believe and what's real. And so, man, God rest his soul, P&B Rock, and so many other young men whose lives have been taken through this completely senseless violence, man. They weren't listening to Prince on their way to go take that man's life. It's awful. Yeah, I mean, for these undeveloped brains, these traumatized young men, whose friends have been killed, whose fathers and brothers have been killed. I'm not saying because of this music, but because of the like disparity, the lack of resources, the lack of father, the lack of love, and and the anger that comes with that. Then they listen to this music that's like, I bet you're angry, man. Go get a fucking gun, man. You know whose fault it is? Your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You know whose fault it is? Somebody who looks just like you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so fucked. It's just so fucked. And I'll never stop saying that. I'll never stop saying that. How fucked up it is that these goddamn billionaires pump so much money. You know what they do? The same record label will sign one artist from two artists, one from the same city, two artists from the same city, two rappers from the same city who make super gangster, like I'm gonna kill somebody music. They'll get somebody from one side, from one gang, and then they'll go sign somebody in the rival gang on the other side of the city. And they'll give them a motherfucking deal, give them an advance, help them create a bunch of music, dissing each other, people in real life, not dissing each other like Drake and Meek Mill, like this fucking, you know what I mean? These guys are like, what do you call it? They're just it's not about that, It's like one character versus another character. You know what I mean? Those guys are playing with that. You know what I mean? They're just playing with it. But these kids in the neighborhood, they take the shit serious. They're broke, even though they got that little advance. They already broke off all their friends. They're still in the hood. They haven't bought shit. You know what I mean? They haven't bought anybody, they haven't bought themselves a house. They haven't got out of the situation. They have probably like $100,000 in the bank, and they're still in the hood, and they got to do shows. You know what I mean? Like they got to travel, and they got the advance. They got signed based off of that crazy ass fucking music that they're making, dissing you know what I mean? Dissing each other's neighborhood, dissing like each other's family, and like, oh yeah, your friend got killed, ha ha ha, on a song. Like that's not music, man. and then it's just like a chain of events where one guy dies, and then another guy dies, and then they make a song, and then they make a song, and then another guy dies, and then they make a song, and it's like, dude, that's not music, dude. That's not music. Like, it's the ugliest situation in the world, and when I see these guys die, it's just sad, man. It's just fucking sad. I don't like see it as an opportunity to like shit all over rap and shit all over rappers or anything like that. I see these people as artists who got hell of a lot of they just have a lot of a I can't speak, but they have a lot of potential, and you know what I mean. They found something that was gonna like take care of their families and all that shit. But you can't be mad at these motherfuckers who want to go pop and stop being gangster because this is how it ends up for everybody. For everybody, man. Look at DJ Quick, man. He's a fucking master engineer, producer, and said, man, fuck all that gangbanging shit. I never even wanted to do any of that. My neighborhood was like, or do it or else. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. In a sense. Not that he wasn't his own man and didn't have his say, but at the same time, man, it's like, you don't, yeah, God. It's just something I would love to see change, man. Like R&B, gangster rap, like nobody wants to hear that shit, man. People wanna love and they wanna explore love and they wanna be curious. They don't want you to fucking, you know what I mean? What is all this like fuck a bitch in the ass with a red rag condom and all this stuff? You know what I mean? That's basically the shit that I'm hearing. You know what I mean? Not in those words, but it's just there's nothing beautiful about any of this stuff, and it shows up in real life with these young men getting their lives taken away for no fucking reason, man. And you got these motherfuckers. I mean, everybody's to blame. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's to blame. Everybody's manager, anybody who's just participating in that bullshit. This is why Larry June is the man. And he talks, crazy too at times. But more from like a self-defense stance. But he's the only rapper I've heard in I don't even know how long on who's talking about raising his kids full time. You know what I'm saying? Keeping his son healthy, going for runs and riding a bike. You know what I mean? Getting money, all that type of stuff. And it's like, okay, I can fuck with that. I can get with that, but I cannot get with this shit that's just about shooting up somebody's grandma's house. You know what I mean? Killing people in broad daylight with no mask on. Going to prison. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's so goddamn sad, man. Yeah, it's just so goddamn sad. So I don't mean to go on and on about it. It's just how many times am I gonna go on the internet and see another young man lose his life over nothing in this rap business? You don't see reggae artists getting killed like that. You don't see fucking heavy metal artists getting killed like that. You know what I'm saying? That fucking that crazy ass like demonic ass shit. Like you don't see that. And it's just something that has to be addressed. I don't know exactly what has to be done because there's so much money in this shit. But somebody has to tell these kids that this shit ain't real. You know what I mean? Like make great music and say I'm making this wild ass murder music, but it's not real. And you don't want anybody doing that shit. Encourage people to get money, take care of their family, but get it the right way. I always say, man, that these young motherfuckers don't understand. You're gonna go rob somebody for $100,000, right? With a gun, okay? Because how else are you gonna rob someone for that much money? And you get caught, right? Say you don't get killed, which is a definite possibility. But say you get caught by the police, which in 2022 Everybody gets caught. That's another thing they got to tell these kids. You're going to get caught. And then you get caught trying to rob someone for $100,000 fucking, I don't know, whatever. And now you go to prison and you get, let's say, let's be so nice. Let's be so nice and say you get 5 full years that you got to do, right? You got to do the 5 piece or you ain't getting out, okay? $100,000 over 5 years is what? $20,000 a year. That's what you got locked up for, like for real. For now you in prison, and that $100,000 is. You could have just had a cool little job. You know what I mean? Could have had 2 jobs and just, busted that down. You could have thought of a new brand. You know what I'm saying? You could have saved up, got a couple checks after the bills were paid. Think about, well, shit, maybe I should press up like 20 t-shirts, 50 t-shirts and try to sell these motherfuckers, make a cool logo and see if it works. You know what I mean? See if my ideas work. You know? But no, man, we subscribing to another man's idea. We're subscribing to a little boy's idea. I mean, for real, man, this shit ain't real life. All this super gangster shit. Bitches shaking ass on all that shit. It's somebody's daughter, man. You know what I mean? She's out there because she ain't got no father, And it's cool to it's cool to be a boy, you know what I mean? But fuck. Eventually you got to grow up and stop trying to impress the homies. Eventually you got to grow up and stop being a yes boy. You know what I mean? And say, no, man, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, that's not for me. I got my kid on the way. Or, nah, this just isn't me. Like Wallow said, man, a lot of people going to prison for just not being themselves. You wasn't no killer, man. You weren't, before you killed that man, you were not a killer. That's not you. Come on, man. You love your mother, man. You love your mama. You love your sister. You love your brother, You wanna have nice shit. And you're smarter than throwing away your whole fucking life. You know what I mean? Just to have some comfort and have some money. It's like, nah, dog, you gotta earn it. You gotta earn that shit. You know what I mean? You gotta earn that shit. Have some integrity and character and honor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to meet a good woman. You know what I'm saying? A good woman who wants to be a good mother, who wants to be successful herself and expects you to rise to the occasion. Or can trust you to. Not just expect you, but trust you to. Because you are a man to be trusted. Where is that in the music? I'm not yeah, man. I'm gonna let that go, but my goodness, I pray for everybody out there, man. You could do more than rap. You can do more than rap. You want but maybe the person who you wanted to love you didn't love you. And so now you want the world to love you by any means necessary, but don't do it by the means of talking this wild, crazy, wicked ass shit. You don't need to shock. You don't need to be wild and act wild to get loved by the world, man. Do stand-up comedy. Listen to some great stand-ups and go find an open mic somewhere. You know what I mean? Go get some singing lessons, learn how to sing. Go get some fucking piano lessons, learn how to play. You know what I mean? Don't just like record yourself on a microphone over somebody else's beat and get killed for no fucking reason. I mean, it's really that easy in this wicked ass world, man. You're preaching death, you know what I mean? You're speaking death into existence. You're speaking negativity into existence and putting it around you. Man, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that, man. Been there, done that, man. Been there, done that. I got stomped out at 15 years old for fucking around with that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Too many people walk up on you in your adult life. Shit, even as an adult, man. I was 19. No, I wasn't 19. I was like 20, 21. And just walking in my neighborhood on my way to the store literally to go get like a Snickers and some milk, on some bored shit. And man, these like 15, I swear to God, these 15-year-olds rolled up on me like, "What's up, fool, you gangbang?" And I'm just like, I wonder if they just got done listening to Whitney Houston before they asked me this. And I had to look at all of them like, come on, man. Like, come on. I ain't trying to get stabbed for no goddamn reason. You know? I was done with that. By then, I was way, way done with that. And like I said, man, just too many people I knew went to prison or were traumatized by this shit. I was like, I don't want to end up like that, man. Broke and alone and crying all the time. Like, come on, dude. I'm not trying to laugh at nobody's situation. It's just that's the reality of it. That's just the reality. And so yeah, I'm done with that shit, man. Done with that shit. Your boy got carjacked this year in January. You know what I'm saying? On some, poor people doing poor people shit. Broke people doing broke people shit. You know what I mean? Broke people doing rap shit. I got 3 guns pointed at my face. I wonder if they just got done listening to Michael Jackson. I doubt it. I doubt it. Some Herbie Hancock. And they're like, all right, wait for the solo to finish. Oh, there he is right there. Wait. This is the best part. You know what I mean? Nah, man. No. And we gotta stop letting our kids like listen to this shit like it's fucking in sync or some shit. That ain't what's happening. Yeah, man. Fuck, man. You know what it is it's revenge of the nerds out here, and no one's told anybody. You know what I mean? It's revenge of the nerds, man. This Neanderthal bullshit ain't gonna work. This motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. It's like, no, man. You need to use some emotional intelligence. You need to tap into that. Emotional intelligence, what the fuck, fool? Oh, fuck all that. It's like, all right, brother, you go ahead and do what you're gonna do. Do what you're gonna do, man, because I have a future. You know what I mean? And you do too. But you just ain't trying to hear it. You know what I mean? Because fuck all that. You know what I mean? Nobody loved me, so why should I love myself? Nobody cared about me. Why should I care about myself? Because you could be great, man. You could turn all that anger and frustration into something beautiful. Into something real beautiful. Oh, fuck. It really could be amazing. But put the gun down, man. Fuck. Put the gun down. Pick up a book. You know what I mean? Go to a music store near you. Go on the internet and look up some kind of lessons, dance lessons, man. You could be the motherfucking pop locking on these motherfuckers, man. You ain't gotta do none of that crazy shit, man. Fuck the homies, man. Fuck them. They ain't never did nothing for you. And if they did and you got a better vision for them, then tell them that. You know what I'm saying? Get them out of there. You love these people? Well then tell them your vision that you have for yourself and for them. And get them out of that bullshit, man, because you know that you and them are better than that. Fuck all this shit. Fuck being broke. Fuck looking over your shoulder. Fuck looking over your shoulder for goddamn, I mean, man. Not the police, not your neighbor. You shouldn't be scared of nobody because your shit is tight, man. Your shit is right. You're legit. You ain't gotta worry about a motherfucking thing. That's what's up. That is what's up, man. Everything else, man. Fuck all that. How many OGs got to do prison time for us to understand that shit? That this shit ain't real. You know? People I knew, they did that time so I didn't have to do it. They dropped that game on me so I didn't have to, you know what I mean? Find out for myself that I didn't want to be in prison. Motherfucker, everybody finds that out the first day they get there. Like, damn. You know? Fuck that shit. You ain't no man, dog. Can't provide for your family. In prison, locked up, can't take care of your family. Can't be there for you. Can't be there for people when they're sick. You know what I mean? I mean, it's killing it's killing all those brothers in there inside, man. Everybody. Everybody. You know what I mean? This isn't, what do you call it? This ain't no fucking race issue or an ethnicity issue. This is a motherfucking mindset issue. This is a poverty issue. You've ever been poor and in the ghetto? You know it sucks. And the only thing you can do to, the only thing it feels like you can do to pass the time is to just do some wild shit and be like, and just not care about it. Not care. Right? If you don't care, nothing really matters. And when nothing matters, shit's kind of fun. But it doesn't mean it's worth anything. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean it's a life worth living. And that life is a short-lived life, And so I'm praying for everybody, you know what I mean? Especially my young men and all the mothers, you know what I'm saying? The mothers that have to deal with their, the father of their kids dying, you know what I'm saying? Over this dumb shit, or the father of their kids going to prison over this dumb shit. They don't want people to know that they could do it, man. They don't want people to know that they're more than that. They don't want you listening to Thelonious Monk, man. They don't want you listening to all these beautiful people, man, these great people. They don't. It's and it's your job. It's your job to say, I don't give a fuck what they want me to do or don't want me to do. I'm gonna do what I want, man. I'm my own fucking man. I'm my own fucking man. I'm gonna do what's right for me. I'm gonna go approach a nice young lady. Why the fuck am I in this studio with 10 other men? I want to be alone with a beautiful woman. You know what I mean? Who isn't anything like me. You know what I mean? Like, that won't subscribe to my bullshit and put up with these theatrics. A real woman, But yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, rest in peace to that young man, PNB Rock, man, and all the other young men who go unannounced and die at through the ideology that killing another man is cool. I mean, fuck, man. It's too much. It's too much. But I'm gonna get off that subject. I know nobody wants to hear it. So anyway, fuck. A question I'm gonna leave everybody with that I'm also asking myself because it hit home with me. Is this: when it's all said and done, will you have said more than you have done? When it's all said and done, will you have said more than you have done? And I'll just leave us with that. I'll just leave us all with that. I know this particular episode wasn't extremely happy, but neither is life. And so I just want everybody to make sure that they're doing what's best for them. You know what I mean? Not based off of what the fuck I'm talking about, but based off of what you want and what's close to you. And, I hope you have some help or some, mentorship or anybody that you can reach out to regarding the things that you want to get done in this life. And, yeah, live your life. Make sure that it's as beautiful as you could possibly imagine it to be. And don't beat yourself up. I know good days are followed by hard days, but hard days are followed by better days. And you know, just keep going, man. Stay focused. Don't get discouraged. Incremental progress is better than no progress. Baby steps is better than no steps. And you can fucking do it. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. You want to be reach for the fucking stars. Reach for the fucking stars and you will. You'll get there. You'll land on one of those motherfuckers. I promise you. Just don't give up. All right. Peace and blessings.